Everybody, meteorologist Dontae Jones here, going live. Let me make sure everything's okay. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit so that you all can see me, my dear. Like, was that the big bad wolf and Little Riding Hood? And then I got to make sure you all can hear me, my dear. I know this mic sometimes can be a little finicky. I've read some folks say we can hardly hear you. Others like I hear you just fine. I think I went back to look at one of the Facebook lives here, and sure enough, I could hardly hear it. So I said I think I'll just kind of put the microphone up to my mouth, especially when I'm not on camera, while I'm talking to you all, just so everyone can hear every word that I say. All right, so let's talk about the forecast. It's a wet one. It's not the prettiest of forecasts, in all honesty. Looking at, and I don't know if you watched me at noon, but I said the same thing. It's just really a soggy, unpretty 8-day forecast, but sometimes you get that in spring, in early spring in particular, before we start to warm up and the sun comes out, and we don't always need a front to give us some warm temperatures, and then the fronts also bring not only the warmer temperatures, in particular warm fronts, but they bring the showers and some thunderstorms with them. Once things start to settle down as we get into the latter part of spring, then we don't need a front to always bring the warm temperatures. They come naturally, and so it becomes a little bit more of a nicer pattern. But in this particular case, well, the wetness, the sogginess, is going to continue right on through the next 8 days. In all honesty, there'll be times of dry time. Now, I'm not trying to say that it's going to be raining continually for the next 8 days. There will be dry time, but more often than not, in the 8-day forecast, you're going to see some rain in there, and then cooler temperatures coming at that by the time we get into next week. All right, here's what's on satellite and radar. There's a frontal boundary. What you don't see with the naked eye, if you will, is a front. If you are a meteorologist, you can say, well, I see all that precipitation. I see a quasi line there, so there must be a front. And so that's what's moving through right now. And along and ahead of that front are rain showers, and then there's a spoke of energy, a low pressure that's riding along that front just off to our south. So a little closer look here at northern Ohio. See the showers moving through right about now, right along the 71 corridor, 77 corridor, and then along 76 as well, seeing the showers. For the most part, they are light. There were some rumbles of thunder that was down towards the New Philly area. Right now, I think those rumbles of thunder are gone. I'll just kind of scooch in here a little bit, show you around Canton and New Philly. Some moderate pockets of rain, but it's just soggy nonetheless, and foggy outside in places too. Up towards Medina, seeing some lighter to moderate showers, and up towards eastern portions of Cuyahoga County, up into Lake County, portions of Geauga County, seeing some shower activity. But other than that, I mean, it's just really light for the most part. Temperatures now, here's where you can tell there's a front. All right, so we're taking meteorology class here, if you will. So you see that difference in temperatures right there. 49 in Lorain, 50 in Cleveland, and 53 in Ashtabula, 51 Toledo, Findlay, 52. And then you see that line, that contour line is what we call it, where you get the different colors. And so you head into the upper 50s just to the south of that. And that shows that there's a wind shift. Winds make all the difference when it's coming to weather, whether it's precipitation or whether it's temperatures. The winds play a very important role. Winds out of the south, you get more more weather from the Gulf, so warmer temperatures. You also get humidity, so that's moisture pumped into the atmosphere, so a better chance of seeing rain as well. So we got fog, where we got the temperature starting to cool off. So when you get those cooling temperatures coming in over the warmer temperatures, that tends to cool the air, and it saturates because of the moisture content. We call that the dew point. See, I told you it was going to be Meteorology 1. It's just real nerding out here on some of this meteorological stuff. And so you get the fog that develops. So we got some fog nonetheless. Now, as I play this through, you'll see that contour line sink southward. There you go. So by the time we head towards 8 o'clock this evening, when some folks may be out and about, maybe doing some shopping or what have you, right up along the lake here, we got temperatures in the 30s. 40s everywhere else, upper 40s in New Philly because of that persistent northerly flow. Right now, the flow is ahead of the front out of the southwest, so I'll just back it up, show you that real quick. So you see those winds, these arrows, wind barbs is what we call them. Mansfield, Akron, Canton, Worcester, New Philly, Youngstown, see all those winds are coming in out of the southwest. Then you look up towards Cleveland, Ashtabula, Lorain, Toledo, Findlay. Those winds are coming in out of the north. Those arrows are pointing out of the north. So that's why the cooler temperatures. So again, winds play a very important role when it comes to weather. Tomorrow morning, going to be cooler than it was this morning by about 10 degrees or so, but it's not abnormally cold. I mean, mid-30s. It's about around where we should be for this time of year for an overnight low. It's just going to feel a little cooler because we've been milder. And then tomorrow afternoon, it's not going to be warmer. It's certainly going to be cooler, upper 30s to lower 40s by tomorrow afternoon, even though we're going to be dry. But look at that blowtorch of a southerly wind on Saturday. Temperatures in the mid 60s. It might come at a cost. So Saturday morning we'll get some rain, and Saturday afternoon, once the warm front lifts northward, we'll get those warmer temperatures, and we may get some sunshine briefly for Saturday afternoon too. So that's going to help us get into those 60s. And then by Saturday early evening, I'd say as this cold front comes through, 77 and eastward later in the evening, we may get some thunderstorms there. So we'll just have to watch for that on Saturday. I'll be here on Saturday in the afternoon, so I'll be watching that. I think Saturday afternoon, I think it's the women's NCAA Sweet 16. So I'll be watching some sport while I get the forecast together and look at the radar, I'm sure. Yep, multitasking. You know, you have to. It's March Madness. I mean, come on. I think the guys are on tonight and tomorrow, and I think the ladies are on tomorrow and Saturday, what have you. College football is my favorite sport. College basketball is a little lower, but I mean, that's what I got right now. I don't think the NBA's playing on Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon they probably are, but I digress. That's a little bit into Dontae's world right there. So temperatures are going to be slightly below average as we go forward in the next 8 to 14 days. And the precipitation, unfortunately or fortunately, is going to be above average. So that just goes to say it's going to be cooler and rainier, to just narrow it down for you. And you can see right here the cooler temperatures as we head into this weekend and next week. We're back into the 40s for plenty of days there. And then as we look at the daily breakdown of precip, notice the only dry day that I got, at least on this 5-day panel, is Sunday. Other than that, every other day we got some type of shower activity that's going on. So here's the futurecast. This evening, few light scattered showers, nothing really heavy, but it is going to be a murky, wet drive home for a lot of folks. And then overnight tonight, that front, you see that northerly flow, that front is slowly pushing southward. And as it does, by tomorrow, it's going to be hung up around the 70 corridor. So we're going to be dry because we're going to be behind the front. But folks down in Columbus, Dayton, Zanesville, Cincinnati, those places, they're going to have the rain shower activity because they're along and ahead of the frontal boundary. So 2 o'clock in the morning, most of us are dry, except maybe places like Mansfield, Worcester, Canton, New Philly, Columbiana. And then there's tomorrow morning's rush where we are dry. Because of the heating of the day, tomorrow afternoon, we could see a breakout of sunshine, maybe up here along the lake. And then some isolated spotty shower activity here and there, but nothing like how we've had today. And then the rain doesn't come back until overnight, tomorrow night into Saturday morning. So you see 3 o'clock in the morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, we get some more rain, and the rain could be heavy at times. And then there's Saturday early morning, cloudy skies with scattered showers around. But then voila, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, showers are leaving for the most part. We break up the clouds. We got some sunshine, that southerly push of air. We got temperatures in the 60s. I'm driving to work, enjoying the sunshine in the 60s and the breeziness. My hair all blown back in the wind. Well, maybe not, since I don't really have any, but you get the picture there. So as we head into Sunday, looks like we're going to be dry. So by the time it's all said and done, 1 to 2 inches of rain is what we got there. So it's going to be a rainy pattern here for a while. Here's today 55, but temperatures falling. And then tonight 35. Damp, not really seeing the rain necessarily for most of us, except further down south like Canton and New Philly and Mansfield. And then the 8-day forecast: Saturday rain, Monday rain, Tuesday rain, Thursday rain. The only 3 dry-esque days that we got in there. Friday, even then on Friday, I get a 20% chance of rain, but Sunday and Wednesday look drier. Sunday, I might actually have to change that to partly cloudy instead of mostly cloudy. At least give us some hope that we'll see some more sunshine in here. But that may be the case where we may end up with a little bit more sunshine on Sunday. And then Wednesday, it's way too far out to tell. Right now, I'll just kind of keep that mostly cloudy. I mean, when I typically look at, you got 2 days on the bookend there where you got some shower activity. One day in the middle, especially here in Ohio, you tend to be cloudier than less cloudy. But systems can move quickly. But to build the clouds back in for that next system on Thursday, you need those clouds to come in. So it could be mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Even if it's higher level cirrus clouds that just kind of obscure the sun a little bit, that's what tends to happen. All right, so that is that. That's a look at the forecast. I updated the website, and I recorded a clickable right before I came on here to do this live. So if you're one who likes to look at the website and look at the clickable to kind of see the latest update in the forecast, that's all freshed up and updated for you. I will take a little break here and then start getting the fresh updated information forecast together for when we see you at 4 o'clock. I mean, surely you're going to be there. No excuses. We'll see you at 4 when Andre and Mackenzie join me for the evening shows. All right, take care, everybody.